you most beautiful and most amazing top 10ers, thanks for tuning in once again to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today we have the top 10 foods that can actually kill you. Yes, dead, finito, you will be no more. Now, I am a massive food lover, which you'll know if you follow me on Instagram, but I certainly do not love some dishes enough to die for them. So here is our top 10 lists of killer foods so you know what to avoid when chowing down. In at number 10, we have the Ackee Fruit. Now, the Ackee Fruit is the national fruit of Jamaica and will appear in many popular dishes such as ackee and saltfish, and it can also be eaten on its own. Unfortunately, if eaten before the fruit is ripe, it can cause intense vomiting and even lead to a coma and, in worst case scenarios, death. Now, this is because the unripe ackee contains a toxin called hyperglycin. So how do you know when the ackee is ready? Well, the fruit must have turned red and opened up naturally. The black seeds are always toxic, so never ever ever eat those. It's only the yellow fleshy inner part of the fruit that can be eaten. In at number 9, we have rhubarb. Fun to say, fun to eat. So where I grew up in England, my family had a really lovely fruit and vegetable patch, and I remember my mum saying, "Hey Rebecca, don't go too near the fruit patch because the rhubarb will make you sick." Now, this was only partially true, as it's the leaves of the rhubarb that are deadly. So rhubarb itself is absolutely delicious. There is nothing, I repeat nothing, better than a rhubarb crumble with a bit of custard. It is glorious. Now, the large green leaves, which you obviously cut off before preparing a rhubarb dish, contain oxalic acid. Now, it would take 5 kilos of the leaves to actually finish you off, but eating one is enough to make you sick. In at number 8, we have bat soup. Now, bat soup is a dish found on the Pacific Rim and Asia, and especially people in Thailand love to eat this delicacy. Now, the flavour of bat is considered to be similar of that of chicken, however the meat is far more dangerous. Now, bats tend to eat sisal seeds, which mean they have built up high levels of the pesticide DDT in their fat tissue. Now, consumption of DDT can lead to neurological diseases. On top of that, bats are known to carry viruses such as Ebola and HIV, both of which can and will kill. Keeping it gross at number 7, we have the somewhat macabrely named blood clams. Yes, blood clams. I would not even be in the least bit tempted to order a blood clam because gross. However, people in Shanghai like to live dangerously in their pursuit of tasty food. So blood clams are called blood clams as they're raw clams cooked very quickly for just 20 seconds in order to retain a sweet brininess. And they're also swilling in blood. Now, I don't know why this freaks me out because I, for one, love a rare steak, but I think it's the fact that they look like squishy bloody eyeballs just staring at you. No. Anyway, served this way, blood clams contain all kinds of bacteria and viruses such as dysentery and both hepatitis A and E. Now, each year, roughly 300,000 people get ill from eating blood clams, causing around 30 deaths. Now, because they are so dangerous, the cooking practice has been banned in China, and if chefs are caught serving up blood clams, they will be fined 10 times their yearly salary. So not worth it. From the sea to the earth, at number 6, we have mushrooms. So don't freak out or anything. Mushrooms that you buy from the supermarket or grocery stores are safe, but there are mushrooms out there that can and will kill you, which means you need to be extra specially careful when foraging. Generally speaking, unless you're fully trained, we would advise that you never ever eat a mushroom picked from the ground. It's just not worth it. For example, you could eat 1 or 2 inky cap mushrooms. However, if you've had an alcoholic drink 3 to 5 hours around the time that you eat it, you could become very ill and even die due to the chemical reaction between the mushroom and the drink. Now, the biggest killer and the most poisonous mushroom in the world is the death cap toadstool, which is the biggest culprit of death by accidental poisoning. Now, the problem with this is that it looks a lot like an edible mushroom, so many pick it to eat it. In at number 5, we have almonds. So almonds, fun fact, aren't actually really nuts. They're seeds from a fruit and have to be removed before we can eat them. Now, there are 2 types of almond, sweet and bitter, and by and large it is the bitter ones that you need to watch out for as they contain deadly amounts of hydrogen cyanide. Now, just a handful of nuts containing the cyanide would be enough to kill you. Now, almonds have been made safe for human consumption by being heat treated to nullify the cyanide, and it is illegal almost everywhere to sell raw bitter almonds because of the high likelihood of death. In at number 4, we have cherries. Now, I am shocked because I love a good cherry. These are one of the tastiest fruits out there. On a nice warm day, a cheeky little cherry goes a long way. However, the cherry stones are hugely deadly. Cherry stones contain high doses of cyanide. However, don't worry if you swallow a cherry stone whole, the chances are you'll be fine. That That said, never ever ever bite or chew into a cherry stone. Each cherry stone contains around 0.17 grams of cyanide, almost twice the 0.1 gram dose that would be enough to kill a 150-pound human. In at number 3 we have the cassava. Now the cassava is served as part of a Brazilian dessert, or also alongside meats in stews. The food is rich in carbohydrates and can be delicious, but it can also be lethal if not cooked properly. Each kilogram of cassava root contains 20 milligrams of cyanide, which is enough to kill a cow. Now the root has also been linked to paralytic diseases in humans. Now it is very important when cooking to extensively grate a cassava, strain it, and then boil it. In at number 2 of our foods that can and will kill you, we have potatoes. Now potatoes are our friends in general. They feed billions of people inexpensively and are truly tasty. However, potato stems, leaves and sprouts are toxic. Now they can lead to diarrhea and sickness, comas and even death. If your potato is sprouting or has turned green, then you should absolutely not eat it. It needs to be thrown away, as it may contain glycolides. Now potato leaf tea or eating a poisoned potato can lead to abdominal pain, diarrhea, vomiting, dilated pupils, vision changes, delirium, hallucinations, finally the loss of feeling, leading to paralysis and death. Happy story. Don't eat those green potatoes. Okay guys, so we have reached that all important moment in our top 10 foods that can actually kill you, where I'm about to reveal the number 1 spot. Now while this is all a little bit terrifying, it's good to know the facts, so you also need to know which parts of foods are safe to eat and which parts are not. It's a learning curve. In at number 1, we have the one and only pufferfish. Now the pufferfish is served as a delicacy in many Japanese restaurants, often as a sashimi dish called fugu. Now the skin of a pufferfish and some of its organs contain an extremely poisonous toxin. Now this toxin can paralyze humans, with many cases of poisoning causing death. Now you would actually die in a very, very horrible way. The poison is 1,000 times more deadly than cyanide, and you will at first be paralyzed while you remain awake. Your respiratory system will then shut down and you will suffocate to death. Now unfortunately there isn't actually a cure, so if this is going to happen, you just kind of need to ride the wave and hope that you're just paralyzed rather than dead. Now chefs in Japan spent at least 3 years training how to prepare the dish, culminating in a test that only 1 in 3 pass. Now unfortunately there is still room for errors. In 2011, a 2 Michelin star chef in Tokyo specializing in pufferfish managed to poison a diner and had his license revoked. Now I personally would never try this dish. There are plenty of other delicious things out there that probably won't kill me, so there we go. So guys, that was the top 10 foods that can kill you. Did I leave anything out? Let me know in the comments section down below. Also let me know if you've tried anything on this list. You live to tell the tale. Hurrah! I'm Rebecca Felgate. You can follow me on Instagram, or you can also check out my personal vlog channel, where I love to chat about food but not the type that can kill me. This has been Most Amazing Top 10. Be sure to thumbs up this video if you liked it, share it around the internet if you want to scare a few people, and also make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I will see you honeys next time.